was that process like to undo the feelings that you had? Because I imagine hearing that call didn't automatically remove those feelings all at once.
They're still not removed.
Jackie Hill Perry, what you said? I didn't know you was gonna say that. What you mean? You still got them feelings for them women?
Because I feel the need to make that a point, because another problematic assumption that people bring into all their conversations with those who are same-sex attracted is that to come to Jesus means that you will be straight, that you will not experience the temptations that come with being whoever it is that you call yourself to be. But that implies that to be a Christian is to not have temptation. Yet we serve a God who is tempted in all respects, yet without sin. And so how are you telling me that to be like Christ means that I won't struggle? That's nowhere in the Bible. And so I say all that to say, when I felt the Lord calling me to himself, I was just like, all right, I don't really want to be straight though. This is what I told God in my conversation with him in my room. And I felt like God was saying, like, don't even worry about all that. Like, come, I'm calling you to me. I want you to love me. I want you to serve me, and we'll work all of that out. And so initially it was very hard because I was in a relationship with my girlfriend at the time, and I loved her and I enjoyed her. And there was a real intimacy and a real love that we had for one another that I then had to let go in an effort to honor God as best that I could. But that didn't mean that the attractions went away. It just meant that I had to find somewhere to put them. You know, I had to really believe God when he said that he is a great high priest, that I could come to his throne of grace for help in my time of need. And I'm just one of those kinds of people that I've come to recognize that my time of need is always. And so I'm always needing to go to his throne of grace. So I think that's one of the things that I've just come to see is that, man, temptation as it is expressed in being same-sex attracted may not ever change for me. I am a woman who is married to a man, functionally heterosexual, love him, I like him, I enjoy him, yet at the same time, I'm still very much attracted to women. Yet I love God more than what I am tempted by. And so because of that, I am willing to disregard and suppress, which the Bible tells me to do, not suppress the truth, but suppress my sinful nature, because I just believe that it honors God. That's countercultural, but that's all right.
No, that is because, okay, so gay people in the church are not new, and people who used to be gay are not new. Right. However, it's always, in my experience, it's always been, and God took the feeling away, and now I don't see it no more.
Right.
And you are saying, no, actually, sundress season is tough for me too. I'm having trouble. You know?
Correct.
So never, this is why I'm so glad to talk to you, because that to me is a more realistic feeling, right? I feel like the God took it away, and that's a lot of things. God, I used to be an alcoholic. God took away the taste. I used to snort cocaine. Now I only blow my nose. God took it away, and you're like, no, actually, it's still there. I do struggle, and I always feel like truth in our walk and how difficult our walk is much more of a testimony of God's love than a great narrative.
Come on here.
Because people, all struggle. I tell people all the time, they say, Kevin, you're such a great husband. I know you would never cheat on Melissa. You don't know that.
Yeah. Hello.
You know that. I work hard to not give myself the opportunity. Yeah. When I'm on the road, I go from my hotel to the venue, back to the venue to my hotel to the airport. Nobody knows where I stay. I don't hang with people. It's because I don't trust myself. I don't get drunk and then be like, oh, snap, I don't know, I might make a mistake. But I'm still a man who sees other women. I'm not like, well, I am now married and Meg Thee Stallion does not exist. I've never I never seen her go, I didn't watch BET Awards. I didn't see nothing. Jesus for the season, and I never see no other butts. You know what I mean? And I feel like what you just said is that version of, no, yes, I still struggle. But in my struggle, God is there. Yeah. And to me, that is just so much more attainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's reality. Because do you know how many people that have been turned off from Christianity and God and the church because they were told, if you come to God, you will be straight. So when they come to God and they see that they're still tempted, their conclusion is God is not with me. I am not saved. I am not Christian, because they've equated Christianity with sinlessness, and that is not biblical. And so when you actually tell people that, no, coming to Jesus does mean that you'll have power to flee sin, but that does not mean that you won't struggle with sin, that actually sets up realistic expectations that, man, to be in the faith does mean that I will struggle, yet I have hope. I have encouragement from the scriptures and from the prophets and from the Psalms and from the Spirit and from the church that I can persevere if I trust God enough to do so. To me, that sounds like Bible.